Hi, welcome to this long course that I'm starting on beginner guitar. This is going to be for absolute beginner guitarists who haven't started to play yet at all, and it's going to be walking us through every single step along the way from beginner to advanced. Today I just want to get you acquainted with the guitar a little bit and a few of the things that we'll be talking about. This will be a super short introduction and lesson 1 will follow. If I were sitting with you in person right now, I would draw these 6 lines into your notebook and then I would ask you what they would represent. After a few faulty guesses, you would realize those are your guitar strings. The way we picture these horizontally, they're going to be the strings of your guitar horizontally, where you're actually facing this. The head of the guitar would be over here to the left, just as your head of the guitar is left. The issue with our pictures is that this will look upside down compared to how you're playing. This string here, labeled E, is this E string here. This is our first string, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. This is first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. So it somewhat looks upside down. Basically what it is if that were laying flat in your lap and your guitar were laying flat in your lap, they'd look alike. Then you pick your guitar up where that one string, the E, goes toward the floor. You pick the picture up and that E goes toward the sky. So it looks reversed, but it really isn't. It's the way you're looking at your guitar. Those strings all have note names. We have a low E, an A, a D, a G, a B, and an E. E, A, D, G, B, E. We would want to memorize those as soon as possible. One of your first exercises will be to memorize your string names. These are called open strings. We're playing the string and we're hearing the full length of it vibrating. We're not fretting it, which changes its pitch. We're hearing the string itself. So open E, open A, open D, open G, open B, and open E. Notice we have an E at the low end and we have an E at the high end. We also have an E in the middle there. This E I would fret, it's not an open string. So E, A, D, G, B, and E, that's going up. Notice I just said up, although it looks like I'm going down, I'm going up in pitch. The highest sounding string closest to the floor, low string, high string. So E, A, D, G, B, E, you want to memorize them backwards as well. E, B, G, D, A, E. So that's coming back this way. We will learn what to do as we play fretted notes in there too. They will all have names as well. One thing I like to do with beginner students is give them mnemonics to remember certain items. So here I have an image of a guy. It's not very well drawn, but if you can see, he's holding a piece of dynamite. So I would ask a student, what's this? They'd say dynamite. What's this guy doing? After a few guesses, they might realize he's going to eat the dynamite. So this is Eddie, and Eddie ate dynamite. E-A-D, Eddie ate dynamite. And what are the consequences of that? Eddie blows up. And with Eddie gone, we say goodbye, Eddie. So Eddie ate dynamite, goodbye, Eddie. To remember this, I'll ask the little story in different ways. Who ate dynamite? You answer, Eddie. What did Eddie eat? Dynamite. What did Eddie do with the dynamite? He ate it. What happened to Eddie? He blew up, so we say goodbye. Eddie ate dynamite, goodbye Eddie tells us our string names. E, A, D, G, B, and E. That gives us our open strings. That's the lowest possible note on that string. When we hear the open E, for instance, we're actually hearing this full length of the string. It's as though your finger were over here, but we're actually not touching the string. To get a little bit higher than E, we would fret on the same string in the first fret. We're going alphabetically, so whatever comes after E is this note. A, B, C, D, E, F. So open E to F. A, B, C, D, E, F, G is next. So we get E, F, and G on that one string. Our next string is A, and we get A, B. B is our next note, so A to B, to C. A, B, C, D. We could continue on that string to find a D, but we've actually got a string for a D. So in this string we do E, F, G, and we start at A, B, C. By the time we get to D, we're on the next string. D, E, F. A, B, C, D, E, F. You can hear you're doing the alphabet. So it's left to right, open A on the 5th string to B, to C, to open D, which is far left, to E, to F. G is next. We have a string for that. And in music, you run out of letters at G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So we start over at A. So on this string, after we played the G, the next letter would be A, and we find that at the 2nd fret. I'm not setting this up right now for you to memorize that or even to understand it too much and to learn it, just to notice that we're going alphabetically. It's much more apparent on a piano when you go left to right that you're going alphabetically. If we looked at our white keys and this was A, you'd go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Notice when we got to G, we started over. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. We're doing the exact same thing on guitar. On one string, we would play A, B, and C. When we get to D, we switch strings and do D, E, and F. When we get to G, we switch strings to the G. Sorry, there's also an A on there. And then we have a B string for the remainder of the notes. We'll leave it at that for today. Just put this in your notes and be aware of how the strings work. Don't try to memorize them yet, but just know that they're going to go alphabetically and we're working our way from left to right and switching strings as we go up. See you later in the next one.